Okay, back again. Back again. So that ending was very similar, but a little bit different from the one in the original mod.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All the co-workers were gone.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think the biggest difference was that in the original mod, it was just a continuous loop, just one continuous loop. This was actually something that randomly generated the next room, it seemed like. It seemed like each time you walked into the next room, the next one was unpredictable, which was pretty cool. And then that whole dream sequence, that didn't happen in the original one either.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
we're gonna
doors,
go left.
he entered the door on his left.
So this time we'll go up to the boss's office, and then I guess we'll
Yet there
try
was
to
not
escape,
a single person here either.
because I didn't do that
Feeling
before.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
We went
Stanley
down.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And there's only one solution downstairs. So there's more than one in here. Go this way. I love this office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
And then it was what?
Shocked, unraveled,
4,
Stanley wondered in
2.
disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark
What was it?
secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible
remember.
truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Tell me, narrator.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Yeah.
2845.
I wasn't even close, was I?
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Wow.
He stepped into the newly opened
That's pretty cool.
passageway.
Okay. And then we'll go through here, and the elevator. That's the only way you can go, right? I should try just standing in this room and not doing anything for as long as I can. I bet nothing will happen, but the narrator will talk for a while. But anyway, let's hit this elevator over here. Doopy-doo. Down we go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Right.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I like that sense of premonition from the narrator.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, so there's actually two more down here. I could go this way to the escape, and then I can also go in here, and instead of pressing the one button, I could press the other button. So I'm going to do one more heads or tails for this particular tree. Heads up is escape, tails up is mind control facility, and we'll do the other one. And it is heads. So we're going to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Let's find out if that's true.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I love that. They give
At
you
this
so many
point,
opportunities.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk
Conscious.
forward and willingly confront his death.
Right. Oh, how cool. Alright. So you have really up until the last possible second to turn around. And then... Whoa! Oh!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh, jeez.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence
Shit.
whatsoever.
Can I get out of here?
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Maybe a...
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Crap.
Farewell, Stanley.
I'm not ready to say goodbye.
Farewell, Stanley. cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Yeah.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But I'm still here. Ah! What's that? What the?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Well, I mean, she's right. I'm just going to start it again.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This is like a museum to the game. It's like an exhibit of the museum of the game. That is so cool. Nature paintings. These should make you feel emotions. Here's my computer. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. How cool. Here's another sign. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. And there's the two doors. And what does it say here? The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Yeah, it's a total thought experiment. Here's some examples of the office itself. Here's a cubicle. There's, just in case you're curious, filing cabinets. Some of the computers. What does that say on it? Someone's playing solitaire, of course. I've seen these. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Yeah, you hear the keyboard press? That's not me. That's the game. And actually, I'll show you this now. In the menu for the game, you get the same effect when you scroll over buttons. Isn't that fun? I like that a lot. And here are the credits for the game. All the people responsible. They used the source engine to make this game. And then what do we got here? An early version of the maintenance room. A copier. Oh my god, this is so cool. Holy crap, this just keeps going. More endings, fewer endings. More narrators, fewer narrators. More Stanley, less Stanley. Very cool. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. So these are what went up in order for it to be approved to Steam, and then wind up on my computer so that I could play it. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. But it's interesting they put it here and tell you. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. And yet they made fun of Minecraft pretty explicitly instead. There was really no joke about that. What is this? Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we sent out... Oh, that's right. I remember seeing some of these. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here's a selection. I'll just leave this on the screen for a little while. These are pretty terrible questions. No wonder they decided not to do anything with these. Maybe they only picked the bad ones to put in this selection on the game. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris, sent from my iPad. That's silly. Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? I don't know. Yeah, I don't really understand these questions. Will playing the Stanley Parable help me make friends? I don't have any friends. That's terrible. Spam. Okay, we get the point. More things from the office. There's the lounge. I really like the lounge. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, which actually I don't know what that is yet. I don't think I've seen that. The timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Yeah, I don't know that ending yet. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Yeah, that doesn't look like much of a warehouse. That looks like something out of Portal. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to his death. Hey, I didn't even think of doing that yet. I have to go do that one. Man. This just goes on and on and on. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simple version that won out. Oh, okay. When you get to the first choice, you get to the left and right doors. And then between them, I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see it. There's a way to get back. And they wanted it... So which version did they use? It doesn't actually say which one they used. I want to say they used one, right? There's just one door. There's just one way to get in there. I'm pretty sure. Okay, what else have I feel like and this is a very I'm turned around in this exhibit. I feel like I might have missed something. I was expecting when I turned right up there that I would get back to the main area, because I never saw what was over here. I thought I was going to get back here eventually. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Designs for the boss's office. Yeah, the way that they went with this is great. I love the way it ended up. As I previously noted. Okay, there's something down there. There's something up here. There's too many freaking rooms. This is a poorly laid out museum. There's the lounge stuff. What the fuck? Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting. There's some weird lighting thing going on here with that light bulb. The voice of the narrator recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. I don't hear them. He's very quiet and hard to hear.
When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility.
He's also all echoey. I would like to hear outtakes where he like flubs a line. Where he's like, "Stan me, I mean Stanley." Or something. Something better than that. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Yeah, am I back in a circle yet? countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Whoa! Hello. Did I do that? No, I think that just happened on its own. Freedom ending in beta. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. I don't think I've done that. Yeah, I haven't seen the count. Oh, is the countdown room the giant room with all the screens? Yeah, they really did change that. I didn't even recognize it when I saw it here. Alright, here's the real exit. So let me just finish going around, make sure I saw everything. Okay, now I'm back in the top of the loop. Okay, so have I seen everything? I didn't look at this picture right here. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Very cool. Do I have to peek in here? Yeah. And then this goes back to where I already was. Let me just make sure I've seen everything. There's the countdown with the apartment. There's the maintenance corridor. Okay, this is the last room I have to check out before I check out. What are these? Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. I don't know what that means. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. The game is now paused. Escape menu. Let me take a look at it again. Oh, that basically is what it says. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Yeah, they had that in the original one. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Didn't they have that in the original mod? I'm pretty sure they did. The narrator screamed at you that the only way to get out was to quit. Okay, Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Again, looks very Portal-ish. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by Zending. I guess I'll find out soon enough. Hopefully. So this should be the way out and back to the beginning, I believe.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Alright, shutting it down.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
I guess this is what I was talking about.
You'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Thank you for watching my video. Please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe.